a lot of people lean on that one end of, you know what, I'm not going to do anything today. If you can improve your nothing, if you can improve your bare minimums, if you can improve what you're willing to do, what your non-negotiables are, you're going to get way better results.
What we're saying is, instead of just relaxing, like, yeah, relax, but also don't lose the momentum on the main, most important things. The main thing is to keep the main thing the main thing.
Next Level Nation, welcome back to another very special, as always, episode of Next Level University, where we teach you how to level up your life, your love, your health, and your wealth. We hope you enjoyed our latest episode, number 836. Last week's live Q&A, how do you communicate a hard truth to someone you care about? Today, I've lied to you. Last one was actually why failure and success are married. Today, for episode number 838, are your goals non-negotiable? It is Strategy Saturday. Alan and I have been talking behind the scenes, and I think I said this on the team call as well. I've been seeing a lot of posts where it says, this is the week you should give yourself credit to do absolutely nothing. And I understand the gist of it. I know what people are saying. You have to fill your cup. You have to take time for self-love. You have to take time for reflection. But what they're not mentioning, and it's a subtle nuance that I think a lot of people miss out on, is your goals are still there. You still have the opportunity to make some form of progress. Now, does that mean you have to work 12-hour days? No, that's not what it means. But what are your actual non-negotiables? Alan and I worked until I got home at 3:30 in the morning the other night because we were working on filling group coaching. And I set my alarm for 11 so I could get 8 hours of sleep, 7.5 hours. And when I woke up, I said to myself, I cannot do this today. I cannot do this. I have a list of things that need to get done, and I genuinely do not think I have the energy. I don't think I have the motivation. My state is off. I'm foggy. I don't think I can get all these things done. I went to basics and I said, what are my actual non-negotiables that I must accomplish today? I did 100% of my PPT. I had 2 calls. One was, Alan and I had a podcast, and then I had a coaching call. After that, I was done. The reason we're doing this episode is because if you decide, well, I don't need to make any progress this year, your non-negotiables will not improve. 3 years ago, my non-negotiables were 5 things a day. Now my non-negotiables are 20 things a day, but that's because I didn't rest on the momentum. I didn't say, you know what, I don't have to do anything today. Now, when I say I don't have to do anything, what I'm saying is after I do my non-negotiables, if I decide I don't want to make progress, I can do that. And I think that shift is powerful. And when you have to be careful when you see a quote on social media, because oftentimes the person who put that quote up, they were just thinking how it was going to look on social media, not how you were going to think about it. And we want to think more deeply than maybe just a meme on social media here.
100%. So I took one of my clients through this recently, and I've said this on the podcast before, but I think it's really important to mention here, because taking a full week where you're not doing any of your non-negotiables actually affects your progress and your momentum way more than anyone can understand. Who hasn't done this financial calculation. If you take $100, put it into a financial calculator, and you grow it by 0.1% per day, after 365 days, which is 1 full year, you have a whopping $147. 2 years, you have $207. 3 years, which is 1,090 days, I believe, or something like that, you have a whopping $300, just about. If you do that for 30 years, you end up in the millions, okay? If you do it for 40 years, I'm pretty sure it comes out to 217 million. And when I take the team through this and I take my clients through this, the reason why I do this is because this is the true nature of the compound effect. This is the true nature of what happens when you actually don't do any of your non-negotiables. What Kevin and I are saying on this episode is that you don't have to grind every single day and do 100% every single day. During the holidays in particular, the last couple weeks of December, some people do nothing. They just relax. What we're saying is, instead of just relaxing, like, yeah, relax, but also don't lose the momentum on the main, most important things. The main thing is to keep the main thing the main thing. That's why Kevin and I are still doing 7 episodes a week through both of the last weeks in December. That's a non-negotiable for us. And what I want to take everyone through really quickly is that 217 million, 40 years, $100, 0.1% growth rate per day. Everyone asks themselves, can I improve by 0.1% per day? That's what this podcast is based upon. Every episode, every day that you listen to already is a 0.01% improvement in your consciousness, in your behavior, in your decision-making paradigm. That's our hope. And so I like to take people through this exercise where I'm like, I'm just going to show you what would happen if you took weekends off. So what I do is I calculate how many days in 40 years if you took 2 out of every 7 days off. It goes from 217 million down to 3.4 million. You can crunch the numbers on that. That's what happens when you actually take the days off and don't do your non-negotiables. See, people who say and post memes of things like, oh, take the holidays for you, take the day off, don't be so hard on yourself, you don't have to work out. Those people don't understand the compound effect. They don't understand the opportunity cost. They don't understand. Remember, 3 years in, $100, 0.1% improvement, you only have $300. That's no money. That's nothing. But 30, 40, 50 years of consistency, you're in the millions and millions and millions of dollars. 217 million, 40 years, $100, 0.1% improvement. If you take the weekends off, just 2 days a week and off of your non-negotiables in this context, you're only at 3.4 million. That is the drastic difference. And by the way, if you improve it or increase it by 0.1%, so now you're improving by 0.2% per day, you end up in the hundreds of billions, if not the trillions. And so to get off of the numbers for a second, make this really practical. Emilia and I worked out through the holidays. We worked out Christmas Eve evening. We worked out on Christmas Eve. We worked out. I've only skipped 1 day from the gym in the last several weeks. And that's why I'm in fairly good shape. Not in the best shape of all time, but I'm only doing half-hour workouts. Emilia and I are only in there for 35 minutes at times. Sometimes we do cardio, then we weight train, then we do foam rolling or stretching. That's like the ideal. We don't always get our ideal done. And so the context of this is this. Okay.
Hey there, Next Level University. Greg here. I'm a proud graduate of both the second quarter group level coaching in 2021 and the last quarter of group coaching in 2021. Both of them were fire experiences. They give you tools to grow in your health, wealth, and love. And so if you want to grow more as a person, you're looking for a team of individuals who are also looking to grow, I highly recommend doing group coaching. It will grow you as a leader. It will grow you as an individual. It will grow you as a teammate. So I highly recommend, as you go into 2022, if you're looking to get it off with a bang, just shoot out the gates. Group 5 of group coaching is starting up beginning of January. I highly recommend jumping in on that opportunity and growing both your health, wealth, and love, and learning from Alan and Kevin and all the great tools they have. They give it to you at a way discounted price. I hope everyone has a blessed 2022. Happy New Year.
What I ideally want to do every day is go to the gym, do 10 minutes of cardio, do 35 minutes of weight training, and then do at least 15 minutes of foam rolling or stretching. I don't always get the ideal, but my non-negotiable is the 35 minutes of weight training. At the very minimum, we've gone down to the 30 minutes. That's the non-negotiable. So all of us are trying to get a lot done. I have 5 things on my whiteboard right now. There's 3 that are circled. Those 3 that are circled are the non-negotiables. So what are your non-negotiables? And if you understood the long-term downside of not doing the non-negotiables every day, trust me, you would do them.
It's almost like, what is the bare minimum that you're willing to do? And I don't want to frame the bare minimum as the negative, but now the bare minimum that I'm willing to do is 20 things every single day. That's a lot of things. That's a great opportunity for growth. And in in a year from today, it'll be 25 things. And that's what I'm saying about not just saying, you know what, I'm going to do nothing today. What is your definition of nothing? And on the other end, you might actually be doing some of these things and not giving yourself credit for them. That's another important distinction, that if you say, well, I'm not going to do anything today, but you read 50 pages of a book and you go to the gym, you're actually doing more than you're giving yourself credit for. So there are two ends of this coin, but I think that a lot of people lean on that one end of, you know what, I'm not going to do anything today. If you can improve your nothing, if you can improve your bare minimums, if you can improve what you're willing to do, what your non-negotiables are, you're going to get way better results. You just
What's
are.
a non-negotiable for you? And I know we got to go, but what's a non-negotiable for you that you've done for years?
I honestly don't know that they're fitness, but I don't do it every day. But it's something that if we're traveling, I'm planning on where we're going to work out. That is always happening. For as of late, it's been tracking listens, tracking finances. I haven't missed tracking listens, and I don't know the last time. It's been a long, long, long time. The last time...
Also, learning every day.
Learning every day,
years, hasn't it?
Yeah, 45 minutes of learning every day.
Yeah, that's
a minimum.
Wild.
A minimum.
Wild.
But, and this is the thing. Alan and I had business talks earlier today. That counts as learning. So it doesn't necessarily mean that I'm doing 45 minutes of book learning every day. Sometimes it's other things. Sometimes I'm learning about podcasts. I'm learning about finance. So last piece before we go. Yes, I do 20 things, 23, however many it is. This isn't about that. It's not about me. What it is about is that's because at one point I had 5 non-negotiables. It was track finances, track weight. I don't remember that. Yeah. It was write down lessons and stories. It was social media post, and it was Instagram story post. That was what I did at one point. Now I do more than that, but that's because that was my bare minimum. That was my necessity. That's what I was not willing to miss. Those were my non-negotiables. So figure out, it's Strategy Saturday. Figure out what are your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 non-negotiables, and those are your bare minimums. When you get those done, then you can start exploring other options. If you want to go out and you want to hang out with your friends, cool. I have to get these 5 things done before I do it. That is your progress. And you will thank yourself at the end of the year when you're able to do 10 things or 15 things. Again, we're heart-driven, but no BS. That is the game changer. Alan and I, even when we're not working, like we're working 12, 14, whatever it may be, we're still doing other things. We're learning, we're making sure our relationships are improving, whatever it may be. There is room for improvement every day in every way. And just make sure that you understand that and you know where you're making those improvements.
The key to your long-term success lives in your daily routine. What are your non-negotiables? What are the things that you want to do every single day, no matter what? And the very last thing I'll say here is this. I've listened to Ode to Excellence, which is one of my clients' first videos. His name's Eddie. And he has an amazing YouTube channel called Your World Within. And the very first video he ever created was a letter to himself. And it's so inspirational. It's called Ode to Excellence. And I have it on my morning mindset playlist. I have listened to that video every day, every single day for 7 years. Every single day. And when I first started listening to that video, I didn't even know Eddie. Never mind would he be a friend and a client eventually. And he's also speaking at our next event, Next Level Live, on March 26th.
Next Level Nation, tomorrow for episode number 839, we have a wonderful guest episode, How to Recognize a Toxic Relationship, with Stephanie Carinia. Stephanie is a psychologist, and we dove deep into toxic relationships, into gaslighting, into family dynamics, especially around the holidays. This is a very, very, very powerful episode, and Stephanie was a glory to spend time with. We very much enjoyed that episode. We hope you will also. We've had a bunch of people downloading the free course. The free course link is in the show notes below. It's our summarization of what we've learned over the years. We broke it into a 5-module course, totally free, videos, worksheets, everything you need to get to the next level of your life. Download it in the show notes below.
Download that. if you want 2022 to be different, you have to do something different. This podcast is unbelievable, but this has worksheets. This is where you can do the real work, the real contemplation. This is where you're going to figure out, it's just a deeper dive of everything we already talk about on the show, and it's in the course format. We worked really, really, really hard on it. I think that was a 12-hour day. So please download that. It's completely free, and yeah.
Boom. Next Level Nation, as always, we love you. We appreciate you. Grateful for each and every one of you. And at NLU, we don't have fans. We have family. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Please reach out.